Hey everybody, how you all doing? It's me again, Oh My Rod. I hope you all are doing well. And today, I just wanted to do a little review on the new He-Man movie that just came out recently. He-Man, of course, being an iconic 80s cartoon character about a noble prince, I guess he was, and he finds this magic sword that makes him into this all-powerful being known as He-Man. I didn't really watch the cartoon growing up. I was born in '88, so I didn't really watch the cartoon. But the movie that I did go see, 2026 version, is actually pretty interesting. I think it does pretty good in terms of staying true to the original cartoon. It does take place in Eternia, and it has all the favorite characters. So you have Adam, you have Cringer, you have Man-at-Arms, you have everyone, well, all the characters, and everyone's most favorite character, of course, that being none other than Evil Lyn. In the movie, He-Man grows up on Eternia and is attacked by surprise by none other than the evil Skeletor. Skeletor, of course, being the main villain in the cartoon series of He-Man. Skeletor, along with Evil Lyn and his army of minions, attack Eternia, and young Adam is left with no choice but to be sent through this portal rift to some other world. He takes the sword of Grayskull with him, and as he's traveling through this warp hole, he loses the sword. He loses the sword. And he ends up on Earth and in the great state of Oklahoma. Which makes me wonder, is He-Man a Cowboy fan or a Sooner fan? I really had to think about that one, because it didn't answer that question in the movie, and I'm actually kind of peeved about that. But he ends up on Earth, but he remembers his past, and he always draws cartoons and drawings of all of the people from Eternia, and he goes out, and everyone thinks he's crazy. I mean, like, really crazy. No one believes him. They think he's just nuts, but he knows it's true. And this, of course, causes a lot of problems for him. He's always searching for his sword until finally one day he gets a mysterious message saying, "I got your sword." And, of course, He-Man, or I guess I should say Adam at this point, goes in search of the sword. He gets the sword and is attacked by beings from Skeletor's army to retrieve the sword. Due to some friends, he makes it back to Eternia and unlocks the powers of Grayskull with the sword, thus turning him into the mighty He-Man. And yes, he does actually wear the iconic He-Man outfit. I'm saying it right now. Yep, he wears it just like in the cartoon. And he wields the sword, and he does say the magic words, "By the power of Grayskull." And then the other words, which is like, "I have the power." But he got that from that song, "I Have the Power." The real magic words is, "By the power of Grayskull." He-Man has to learn and overcome all sorts of trials, regain the trust of people, and ultimately fight none other than Skeletor. Skeletor was a really good villain in this movie. I think that they really overdid it with him, though, in terms of CGI and just a lot of computer images. But overall, I think he was a really good actor. He's a really good villain. Evil Lyn, she was a really good evil sorceress The only thing I had to wonder about was, I thought she had long hair, not short hair. In the new movie, she has short hair. But I thought she had long hair. If anybody knows that, if that's true or not, let me know, because I was kind of curious about that. Evil Lynn, always faithful to Skeletor, even though Skeletor is not the nicest of people towards her, unfortunately. He-Man fights Skeletor, saves the day. But overall, this movie was really good. It just felt a little lackluster at times. I feel like the script was okay. I feel like it could have used a little bit better emphasis on maybe him learning more about Grayskull, because they didn't really touch about the Castle Grayskull, which is where they keep the sword. They only talk about the sword of Grayskull. And I'm not gonna lie, Grayskull, it doesn't look like a nice place, honestly. It feels more of like an evil villain's lair than it does like part of a royal kingdom. It just, the big skull entrance and the way it looks, just, I don't know. It just felt more like it really wasn't much for like it didn't feel like a castle for a hero. It felt more like for like a villain like Skeletor. Of course, I guess he has got Snake Mountain, which was actually pretty cool looking, I won't lie. Outside from that, the acting was okay, I guess. I feel like maybe they could have done a little bit more. Like I said, maybe getting He-Man to talk more about or maybe not He-Man, but have someone sort of talk more about the lore of Castle Grayskull. They touch about it very briefly in the beginning, but outside of that, you're just kind of left like, what? Oh, okay. But the action scenes make up for it, I think. Lots of action, lots of cool fighting scenes, and He-Man. So if you're an 80s kid, go watch it. Even if you're not an 80s kid, go watch it. As a matter of fact, you know what? Just go watch it. By the power of money, you too have the power to go buy a ticket and go watch the movie for yourselves. Remember that. Anyways, I hope you all are doing well. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care and God bless.